good evening and a warm welcome to the National News live on Channel I. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
And I'm Tarak Etyarachi. First, a look at the stories making the headlines this evening. Two locations where lectures and trainings conducted by the extremist organization of Zaharan Hashim have been found in the Puttalam district. China is ready to assist Sri Lanka's economic revival in the post-corona era. The balance in the Health and Social Security Fund reaches 878 million rupees. Virus infection in the Bandaranagamawata and Sudwella in Colombo has been controlled. The number of corona deaths of Americans surpasses the toll of Americans killed in the Vietnam War. A decision to conduct judicial activities through telepresent technology. Immediate measures to control the dengue menace. The highest percentage of GCE O-level exam successes reported from the southern province.
For those and other stories in detail. The Department of Criminal Investigations have commenced investigations in a novel format following disclosure of provision of training on weapons and extremist lecturing to students of Arab school in Karativ, Vanathavilluwa. The inquiry has commenced after delivery of a statement by a suspect under the custody of CID. The 14-year-old suspect and several others have been brought to the Arab school recently. The CID has directed them to show locations where training had taken place. However, the suspect was unable to point out the places exactly as several changes had taken place due to building constructions in the school premises. Around 40 children who have been deprived of sheltering of their parents are engaged in studies in the school. The police says that Zaharan Hashim and several terrorists who were engaged in the Easter Sunday bomb attacks had arrived at the location and conducted extremist lecturing by showing video scenes. The CID and the Terrorist Investigation Division have inspected several places in Thopur, Trincomalee, where training was given on operating firearms. Meanwhile, the attorney-at-law was taken into custody along with the brother of former Minister Rishad Batiuddin, who are reported to have held prominent posts in the school. It has also been reported that these two persons were responsible for suicide bomb explosions in Shangri-La and Cinnamon Grand hotels. It has also been revealed that the arrested attorney-at-law had appeared on behalf of the two extremist terrorists Mohammed Ibrahim, Shahid Abdul Haq and Sadiq Abdul Haq in the case regarding damaging with the statues in Mavanella. It has also been reported that the former head and the Tawhid Jamaat organization has paid 2 million rupees to Zaharan Hashim. Superintendent of Police media spokesman Jalia Senaratna said that according to the information received, training has been given at the camp on dismantling weapons, cleaning of weapons, reassembling. Further investigations are being conducted.
Turning our attention to the prevailing coronavirus conditions, Director General of Health Services of Ministry of Health, Dr. Anil Jasinger, said that the Homagama Base Hospital has been declared as a centre to treat COVID-19 diagnosed patients from today onwards, with the aim of further enhancing COVID-19 treatment facilities in the country. He made these remarks while speaking to the national television today.
Today, so far, there had been 3 patients reported as COVID-19, and all of them are from Balisara Navy Camp. So with those 622 patients have been identified so far, and out of them 134 patients have been already sent home, and remaining 447 are being treated in several hospitals including IDH, Valikanda, Iranavila, Mulleriava, etc. And then also some patients are being treated at Navy Hospital in Valisara. The base hospital Homagama was recruited as a hospital which treats suspected COVID patients, but today onwards it has been declared that the base hospital Homagama as a hospital, a center which treats COVID-19 diagnosed patients. So from today onwards, the Homagama hospital will start treating COVID-19 patients.
The police says that curfew permits for essential services scheduled to commence tomorrow has been extended till the 31st of next month. Curfew was lifted in 21 districts other than the high security zones at 5 a.m. today. The police request people to follow health guidelines appropriately, even at times when the curfew is not enforced. The government has implemented island-wide curfew in order to control coronavirus. Curfew in the districts of Colombo, Kalatura, Gampaha and Puttalam, identified as high-risk areas, will continue till 5 a.m. on the 4th of next month. Curfew in other 21 districts will be implemented from 8 p.m. till 5 a.m. until next Friday. People are requested not to assemble on main roads unnecessarily. They should also refrain from conducting meetings in other places. Only half of the passengers should travel in common transport vehicles. Transportation is being restricted only for essential services. Inter-district transportation should be used only for essential services as engagement in employment. If any area in a district where curfew is relaxed was found to be considered as a high-risk area, there is a possibility of imposing day-long curfew restricted to such areas. No person is permitted to either enter or leave any area named as an isolated area. Holding of all types of festivals, pilgrimages, recreation tours, carnivals, processions and meetings have been banned until further notice. DIG Ajit Rohana said that the validity period of the curfew permits scheduled to expire tomorrow has been extended till the 31st of next month. Further operations Further operations are being conducted island-wide in search of curfew violators. The police and the 3 armed forces jointly engage in operating roadblocks and mobile patrol throughout the day. The police says 554 persons have been arrested on charges of breaching curfew in the 24 hours that ended at 6 a.m. today. 159 vehicles have also been taken into police custody during the period. It has also been pointed out that 41,557 persons have been arrested on charges of violating the curfew since the day of the imposition of the curfew. 10,719 vehicles have also been apprehended during the period. DIG Ajit Rohana said that constant vigilance is maintained on nearly 35,000 incidents of illicit liquor in addition to those who have breached the curfew. The cooperation of the general public is anticipated in this regard. The Anuradhapura police station has strongly warned those who have violated the identification number system introduced for the security of health in areas where curfew was temporarily lifted. The Muradula police station officials have also strongly warned passengers travelling without wearing face masks in areas where curfew was lifted. The Kalatura Division's Special Crime Unit has arrested a person who has transported heroin concealed in face masks in Rajawata in Kalatura. The public health inspectors have inspected trading places in Ambalanguda town. Trading places owners and workers were strongly warned over violating health protection strategies.
Only 3 COVID-19 infected patients were reported from the country today. The health sources say not a single COVID-19 patient is presently present in intensive care units. Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasingha says the situation in the 2 areas of Keselwatta and Bandaranagamawata, where corona patients were identified in clusters, has now been controlled. Corona patients were found in clusters from the areas of Beruwala at Atalugama, Puttalam, Akurana, Jaffna, Nigambo and Ratnapura. The situation has been fully controlled in these areas as well. The Ministry of Health says only a reduced number of corona patients have been identified in Suduella. Meanwhile, COVID-19 patients were also reported from Hatewatta, Havelock and Dabaremawata in Colombo. 481 patients are still receiving treatments in hospitals. 134 patients have fully cured and left for their homes. The Ministry of Health says Homagama Base Hospital has been turned into a hospital treating COVID-19 patients from today. Currently, only suspected corona patients were being treated at the hospital. Navy Commander Vice Admiral P.L. De Silva says that a systematic methodology has been devised to prevent the spread of COVID-19 disease. Navy Commander P.L. De Silva said that they already prepared a methodology to prevent spread of corona among Navy officers and ordinary citizens. All officials vacation were brought back to camp. The Navy carrying out with proper management treatment of patients and quarantine activities. Even the family members of security forces personnel are being quarantined. Defense Secretary Kamal Gunratna said that they were grieved to find out Navy officers on vacation and their family members being cornered. They were afflicted with the disease due to their untiring efforts to prevent the spread of the disease amongst ordinary people. 49 more persons have ended a 21-day quarantine at the Katukali Army Camp in Min area, have left for their homes today. They were residents of the Puttalam area. They were reported to have arrived from Indonesia. The group was issued quarantine certificates.
ඔවුන්ගේ ශරීර සෞඛ්‍ය ගැන තකන්නේ නැතුව ඉස්සරහට ඇවිල්ලා රාජකාරී කරපු නිසායි අපේ රටේ ත්‍රස්තවාදයක් තියෙද්දිත් ඉස්සරහට ඇවිල්ලා රටේ මහ ජනතාව බේර ගන්න කටයුතු කළේ අය. ඒ වගේම අපේ රටේ ස්වභාවික විපතක් ගම් වතුරක් සුනාමියක් ඒ වගේම කඳු නායෑමක් වගේ ඕනම දෙයක් ආවහමත් ඉස්සරහට ඇවිල්ලා රටේ ජනතාව බේරගන්නේ ජීවිත ආරක්ෂාව සපයන්නේ කට.
Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said that 77 who were quarantined at the Sri Lanka Army and Navy have been released after PCR tests. So far, 4,659 persons have ended quarantine and left for their homes. 69 persons were found in Narayanpeta have been sent for quarantine in Daminna.
77 දෙනෙකු අද දිනේ මුදා හැරීමට කටයුතු කරනු ලැබුවා. ත්‍රිවිධ හමුදාව විසින් පවත්වාගෙන යනු ලැබූ නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථාන තුලින් පුද්ගලයන් 4659 දෙනෙකු තම නිරෝධායන කටයුතු අවසන් වී දිවස් බලා පිටස්ව ගොස් තිබෙනවා. එසේම නාරහෙම්පිට ප්‍රදේශයේ COVID-19 වෛරසය ආසාදිත පුද්ගලයන් හමුවීම සමග ඊයේ දිනේ පුද්ගලයන් 69 දෙනෙකු ධම්මින්න නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථාන වෙත නිරෝධායන ක්‍රියාවලියකට යොමු කිරීමට කටයුතු කරනු ලැබුවා.
It has been decided to temporarily close down shops in Eppawala, Talava and Tambuttegam in the Anuradhapura district, taking into consideration of the COVID-19 situation. It has also been reported that the decision has been taken with the agreement of all shop owners. Our correspondent says only the banks and pharmacies remained open. The reason for the closure has been the detection of several COVID-19 patients in the area. The Navalapitiya Traders Association has also decided to close down all shops in the Navalapitiya town. The reason being the receipt of information relating to the arrival of a COVID-19 patient in the area. The Navalapitiya town has been subject to complete sterilization after the closure of the shops. 34 persons who have had close contacts with the 2 corona patients have been directed to the Mihintale Navy Quarantine Center and also to the Navy Quarantine Centers in Vavunia and Pompamadu. It has been reported that members of 13 families in the 2 villages where the patients have resided were also directed to quarantine. With the detection of a COVID-19 patient in Narayanpeta, steps have been taken to obtain biotissue samples from the persons who have had maintained relations with the patient. 180 persons were included in the group. It has also been found out that conducting of PCR tests at the municipal council was that one employee at the Muttaya Mawata in Kalambuttu was infected with the disease. A reconstructed building at the National Mental Institute in Angoda has been declared open for the treatment of COVID-19 patients today by Director General of Health Services, Dr. Anil Jasingha. This building has been reconstructed by the Engineering Services Task Force of the Sri Lanka Army. There are facilities for 25 persons in the building renovated within a period of 2 weeks. Another 143 persons stranded in India was brought to Sri Lanka today in a UL 1196 aircraft of the Sri Lankan Airlines. They have arrived from Delhi, India. The group was subject to quarantine at a center belonging to the Triforces.
China says it is prepared to shoulder Sri Lanka's economic revival in the post-corona era. Acting Chinese Ambassador Hu Wei says that maximum support will be extended in this regard. He has given this assurance when he met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's office this evening. He also said that Sri Lanka was with China when China faced the COVID-19 epidemic at the initial stages. It is the hope of China to help Sri Lanka to overcome its future challenges. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has recalled the support provided by China to Sri Lanka since the days of the Rubber Rice Pact. The President also said that COVID-19 epidemic has damaged both the Sri Lankan as well as the global economy. It was one of the main reasons for the decline of foreign exchange. It will take some time for the restoration of the government and the tourism industry affected. The President has anticipated support of friendly countries to fulfill economic obligations. He further said that Sri Lanka's main hope is not merely to receive loans or financial aid. There are more opportunities for foreign investments in many sectors, including agriculture and construction.
The global fight against the COVID-19 pandemic continues as the number of infections climbed over 3.1 million, with close to 220,000 COVID-19 deaths having been reported to the World Health Organization as of today. Meanwhile, International Labour Organization has indicated that 1.5 billion workers are at the risk of having livelihoods destroyed, especially in the informal economy. The US has confirmed 1,035,765 virus cases, making up almost a third of the total global tally, and with more than 59,000 deaths. More Americans have died with COVID-19 than in the Vietnam War. The United States have ranked at the top of the list with the highest death toll, 59,266, followed by Italy, 27,359 deaths. The other countries with total deaths over 20,000 on the WHO dashboard are France, with 23,660 deaths, Spain with 24,275 deaths, and the United Kingdom with 21,678 deaths. New York remains the hardest hit US state with 291,996 cases and 22,668 deaths, followed by New Jersey where 111,118 cases and 6,442 deaths have been reported. The coronavirus pandemic have claimed 2,359 lives in lockdown Italy, bringing the total number of infections, fatalities and recoveries to 201,505 as of yesterday. Spain recorded 325 deaths from the novel coronavirus overnight, up from 301 reported the previous day. The overall death toll from the virus has risen to 453 to 24,275. The number of diagnosed cases have increased by 4,771 in the country, further increasing the tally to 200,036,899. The number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Belgium is still increased, yet new hospitalization figures are stabilizing while number of fatalities is falling. A total of 647 new infection cases have been confirmed in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases to 47,334 in the country. The death toll in Belgium stood at 7,331, the official figures showed. The number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the Netherlands has been raised by 386 to 38,802, health authorities said. With 145 new deaths, the country's death toll stands at 4,711. Russia has reported 5,841 new cases of the novel coronavirus, bringing the total case tally to 99,399.
ඔබ ජාතික රූපවාහිනී විශේෂ ප්‍රවෘත්ති ප්‍රකාශය සමගෙනුවේ කාසු වන්නේ ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍යාංශය මීට ස්වල්ප මොහොතකට පෙර විශේෂ මාධ්‍ය නිවේදනයක් නිකුත් කර තිබෙනවා. ඇඳිරි නීතිය පිළිබඳ නවතම නිවේදනය යනුවෙන් නිවේදනය නම් කර තිබෙන්නේ කොළඹ, ගම්පහ, කළුතර සහ පුත්තලම දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හැර සෙසු දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හෙට රාත්‍රී 8ට යලි පනවනු ලබන ඇඳිරි නීතිය මැයි 4 වන සඳහා උදෑසන 5 දක්වා දිගටම ක්‍රියාත්මකව පවතින බවයි ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍යාංශය සඳහන් කර සිටින්නේ. මෙන්න නැවතත් එම පුවත කොළඹ, ගම්පහ, කළුතර සහ පුත්තලම දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හැර සෙසු දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හෙට රාත්‍රී 8ට යලි පනවනු ලබන ඇඳිරි නීතිය මැයි 4 වන සඳුදා උදෑසන 5 දක්වා දිගටම ක්‍රියාත්මකව පවතින බව ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍ය අංශය සඳහන් කර තිබෙනවා. ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍ය අංශය මීට ස්වල්ප මොහොතකට පෙර විශේෂ මාධ්‍ය නිවේදනයක් නිකුත් කර තිබෙනවා. ඇඳිරි නීතිය පිළිබඳ නවතම නිවේදනය යනුවෙනුයි මෙම මාධ්‍ය නිවේදනය නිකුත් කර තිබෙන්නේ. ඒ අනුව කොළඹ, ගම්පහ, කළුතර සහ පුත්තලම දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හැර සෙසු දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල හෙට රාත්‍රී 8ට යලි පනවනු ලබන ඇඳිරි නීතිය මැයි 4 වන සඳුදා උදෑසන 5 දක්වා දිගටම ක්‍රියාත්මකව පවතින බවයි ජනාධිපති මාධ්‍යාංශයේ නිවේදනය කර තිබෙන්නේ. සූදානම් ඉංග්‍රීසි බසින් ඔබට තොරතුරු ගෙන එන්නට.
Thank you, Janaka. A special bulletin from the Presidential Media Division. The curfew being imposed in districts other than Colombo, Gampaha, Kalutara and Puttalam will be reimposed at 8 p.m. tomorrow and relaxed at 5 a.m. on the 4th Monday of next month. The curfew that is being reimposed in districts other than Colombo, Gampaha and Kalutara and Puttalam will be reimposed at 8 p.m. tomorrow and relaxed at 5 a.m. on the 4th Monday of next month.
අපි සූදානම් මේ පිළිබඳ රාත්‍රී 10 අපගේ ප්‍රවෘත්ති ප්‍රකාශයෙන් වැඩිදුර තොරතුරු කියන්නට යලිත් සුපුරුදු වැඩසටහන සමග ඔබට එක් විය හැකියි.
We continue with your stories. The World Health Organization has appealed for more flight capacity to step up shipments of diagnostic tests and protective equipment to areas where COVID-19 is spreading.
The World Health Organization has warned that supply disruptions could have a major impact on health services where COVID-19 is spreading. The WHO's Chief of Operations, Support and Logistics, Paul Molinaro, said that global vaccine shipments were disrupted in April, and if this continues, there would be gaps in routine immunisations and campaigns against other disease outbreaks. Molinaro told a UN virtual news briefing in Geneva that the organisation needs to look for solutions to the shutdown of the international air transport system, which is vital for moving cargo. With Latin America now particularly at risk, Panama will serve as a hub for regional distribution of personal protective equipment and other supplies in the region, after a bout of delays. The WHO has managed to acquire and distribute 1.1 million diagnostic tests so far, with a further 1.5 million on the way.
The Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has defended the entirely reasonable and sensible call for an investigation into the origins of the coronavirus and said that any specific country was not targeted from the call for a probe.
A diplomatic dispute has intensified between China and Australia. It started with Canberra calling for an international independent inquiry into the origins of COVID-19 last week. Prime Minister Scott Morrison reiterated his plans on Wednesday.
Australia will continue to, of course, pursue what is a very reasonable and sensible course of action. This is a virus that has taken more than 200,000 lives across the world. Now, it would seem entirely reasonable and sensible that the world would want to have an independent assessment of how this all occurred so we can learn the lessons and prevent it from happening again.
China, Australia's biggest trading partner, feels slighted. The Chinese embassy has accused Canberra of, quote, petty tricks. Its ambassador Cheng Jingye said Chinese consumers could boycott Australian products and universities, while Chinese state media has also fiercely rounded on Morrison. The editor-in-chief of one paper wrote online that Australia was, quote, a bit like chewing gum stuck on the sole of China's shoes. Sometimes you have to find a stone to rub it off. Morrison insisted Wednesday that an independent inquiry was not targeted at any country.
So what Australia is pursuing is not targeted. It is said independently. It is said out of common sense, and I think in Australia's national interest and in the global interest.
So far, Australia's call for an inquiry has only received lukewarm support internationally. France and the United Kingdom have said it is not the right time to focus on an investigation. US President Donald Trump has said China could have stopped the new coronavirus before it swept the globe. Only New Zealand has sided with its neighbour for an inquiry into the pandemic.
And we continue with more news from home. The balance of COVID-19 Health and Social Security Fund has increased to 878 million rupees. Chief Incumbent of the Sandagiri Ube Raja Mahavihara, Tissa Maharama, and Chief Sanganayaka of the Hambantota, including Mathara Kandabada Pattua, Venerable Dr. Devalegama Dhammatsena Thera, has handed over a sum of 1.5 million rupees to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to be deposited to the fund. The Teacher Welfare Association of the Dharmapala College Panipitiya and the Education Administration Services Professionals Association have donated a sum of 2 million rupees to the President to be deposited to the fund. Minister Dallas Alhapperuma was also present at the occasion. Chairman of the Presidential Commission investigating ETI transactions, KT Vikramasinghe, has donated 81,000 rupees to the fund. The Sri Lankan Airline Executive Officers and Managers Association has also contributed 1 million rupees to the fund. President of the association, Upali Rupasinghe, has handed over the monies to the Prime Minister. The Xiaomi Sri Lanka mobile telephone company has handed over 2 million rupees to mediation of Genex company to the COVID-19 fund. The donation was presented to the Prime Minister by the local representatives of the Genex company, Rajiv Gunaratna. The Prime Minister has handed over the donation to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to be credited to the COVID-19 Health and Social Security Fund. The balance of the COVID-19 Health and Social Security Fund has exceeded 878 million rupees. All contributions are credited to a special account number 85737373 at the institutional branch of the Bank of Ceylon. All donations are exempted from taxes and foreign exchange regulations. Monies could be credited through checks and telegraph receivers as well. Further information could be obtained from Director General Administration KB Igodavela through telephone numbers 0112 354 479 and 0112 354 354. A stock of medical equipment valued at $100,000 were also handed over to the President today through the intervention of the Sri Lanka Consul General's Office. In Japan, Venerable Magal Kandya Sudatta Thera and representatives of the Japan Consul General's Office, Sunil Gamage, were also present on the occasion.
Certifying records of the GCE advanced level and ordinary level results via the internet has commenced today. This was in addition to the facilities provided to the Sri Lanka Examinations Department to inspect results of the two examinations. The Sri Lanka Department of Examinations has taken measures to issue results verification documents relating to ordinary and advanced level examinations conducted up to now from the year 2001. Accordingly, the candidates could verify their examination results through the official website of the Sri Lanka Examination Department, www.doenets.lk. The program is being carried out under the instructions of Minister Dallas Alhapperuma. Governor of the Southern Province, Willie Gamage, says the highest percentage of candidates who have secured qualifications to pursue advanced studies has been reported from the Southern Province. 100% successful results in the ordinary level examination has been obtained by students of Mahinda Rajapaksa College, Mathura. 271 students have sat the examination from the school, and a special feature has been that not a single candidate has failed the examination. In the year 2019 as well, 277 students who had sat for the exam obtained 100% successful results. 52 candidates of the school have received 9 A passes. This was 91% success of the overall results. There has been 58 A passes, 44 7A passes. 234 out of the 271 students who have sat for the examinations have secured A grade passes for the subject of mathematics. There has also been 100% pass success rate of students who appeared for the examination in the English medium. Mahinda Rajapaksa College was established on the 17th of February 2013 on a concept of the then President Mahinda Rajapaksa. 2,865 students are pursuing studies in school located in an extent of 24 acres. A female student in the college has been successful to secure the first place in engineering and technology stream in the year 2016. Student of the college also showed exemplary skills in outdoor activities as well.
The government has taken measures to conduct judicial activities through telepresence technology due to the coronavirus expansion. The necessary cabinet approval in this regard is to receive shortly. Meanwhile, many state and private institutions have also planned to engage in their daily activities following the proper health guidelines. The Diri and Idiriyata feature looks into this activity. Attention has been focused since a considerable period to engage in judicial activities using telepresent technology. Under the pilot project, conducting of hearings on cases will be conducted through incorporation of the magistrate courts in Hulsdorf and Malikakanda courts and the Valikada remand prison. Minister of Justice Nimal Siripala de Silva has presided over a special discussion in this regard at the ministry today. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Department of Post says that all post offices will be reopened as usual with effect from 4th of next month, according to the instructions given by the health divisions. From the 4th of next month, all payments including public assistance, monthly allowances, adult and farmers' pensions could be obtained from the counters of all post offices. Payment of water, electricity and telephone bills as well as local electronic financial transfers could also be conducted through the post offices with effect from this day. Postal items could also be handed over. Postmaster General Ranjit Aryaratna informs the general public to follow proper health procedures. Bulk trade at the Colombo Manning Market has resumed today after a period of 16 days. Chairman of the Manning Market, Lal Hettige, has informed traders to engage in their profession by adhering to the proper health strategies. Our correspondent says manufacturing in several factories in the Trincomalee district have recommenced according to the appropriate health methodologies.
The Australian Department of Defence, through the High Commission of Australia, presented a large consignment of personal protective equipment to Commander of the Army, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva, at the Army headquarters this morning. The protective equipment consignment was extended by the Australian Department of Defence in a strong gesture of solidarity towards the role of the National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 outbreak in Sri Lanka, as well as the members of Sri Lankan Armed Forces. The consignment comprised of 10,200 high-quality PPE overalls and 200,000 gloves manufactured by Sri Lanka-based Australian firm Ansell to the value of 150,000 Australian dollars. The consignment was formally delivered by High Commissioner of Australia Bryce Hutchison to the head of National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 outbreak, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva. The Australian High Commissioner, expressing support to the Australian Department of Defence to minimise further transmission of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, told the head of NOCPO that the Australian government is committed to continue its support to Sri Lanka's preparedness and response for COVID-19 through a variety of implementing partners. Appreciative of the Australia's symbol of solidarity and goodwill, Lieutenant General Silva acknowledged the generosity and extended his best wishes to the Australian Department of Defence for their brotherly understanding and solidarity.
The Ministry of Health says that more attention should be focused on expansion of the dengue disease, the reason being an escalation in the mosquito density. A media communique issued by the Ministry of Health says there has been threat on the expansion of dengue patients in the urban and semi-urban areas. A large number of patients have been reported with the onset of the southwestern and northeastern monsoons. It has been reiterated on the need to prepare an action plan for dengue control at a discussion held at the Health Ministry today. It has also been decided at the meeting to inspect all places where constructions have ceased temporarily. The meeting has also focused on the possibility of an eruption of a dengue epidemic if attention was entirely focused upon the COVID-19 expansion. It has also been pointed out that nearly 100,000 persons were afflicted with the dengue disease in the year 2019 alone. Health Minister Pavitravani Arachi said that according to the data released after the rainfall, it has been found out that the mosquito density has gone up. The minister has requested the cooperation of the general public for the dengue control campaign as well. She further said that people could make some commitment to prevent proliferation of mosquitoes.
Four elephants searching water have fallen into the ZD Canal in the past 3 weeks. One more beast fell into the canal this morning. The ZD Canal extends a distance of 52 kilometers from the Madhuroya Reservoir in Tazanweva in Valikanda. Many elephants slip when they reach the side concrete bunds of the canal. Normally 30 elephants fall into the canal every year. Some elephants are washed along the canal to a distance of around 10 to 15 kilometers. However, the elephant that fell into the canal this morning has escaped on its own effort and fled to the nearby protectorate, even before the arrival of wildlife officials. Wildlife officer of Veheragala UDJM Aryasinghe says that if steps were constructed along the side walls, that elephants could be able to come out of the water by their own efforts.
Bringing you an update on the present COVID-19 confirmed cases in the country, the total of COVID-19 diagnosed patients has increased to 630 with the confirmation of 3 new confirmed cases a short while ago. The total of recoveries in the country has increased to 136 and 487 patients are currently under medical care for COVID-19. The death toll due to the virus in the country stands at 7.
Puravidya Chakravarti Venerable Ellavala Medananda Thera says it is appropriate to engage in Pirit chanting at a single instance in every vihara in the island with the expectation of the elimination of the virus that is being spread. The Venerable Thera further states that in the past such calamities have been dispelled through Pirit chanting. Puravidya Chakravarti Venerable Ellavala Medananda Thera has recalled how it has been able to eliminate threefold fears that dawned upon the Vishala Mahanuvara during the lifetime of Lord Gautama Buddha. The Venerable Thera added that the ancient forms of Pirit prepared by Maha in the ancient past would help to completely dispel the present day calamities. He also said that in addition to the bhikkhus, the upasakas could also chant Pirit.
දේශනා කිරීමට පැරණි මහේශාක්‍ය මහරහතන් වහන්සේලා සකස් කරපු ජොර පිරිත කියලා පිරිතක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ජොර පිරිත
Irfan Khan, an Indian actor who brought versatility and style to recent hit films and had roles in Hollywood movies such as Life of Pi and The Namesake, died today at the age of 54. Irfan Khan was one of Indian cinema's finest actors and among its most successful exports to Hollywood. A veteran of nearly 80 films, he almost gave up acting in his 30s after an unrewarding decade in TV soaps. Khan lacked the looks for a traditional Bollywood romantic lead, but made his name as a character actor in Hindi cinema and in Hollywood productions like Life of Pi, Slumdog Millionaire and Jurassic World. In 2011, he was awarded the Padma Shri, India's 4th highest civilian honor for his contribution in arts. In 2018, he was diagnosed with neuroendocrine tumors which affect cells that release hormones into the bloodstream. He had been admitted to the intensive care unit of Mumbai's Kokilaben hospital yesterday with a colon infection. And this morning, a statement was released confirming his death. Despite his status as one of Bollywood's most celebrated actors, Khan had a reputation for modesty and integrity, and the news of his death sent India into mourning, prompting actors, fans and politicians from across the world to express their sadness at his death.
Veteran actor of the Sinhala cinema, Alexander Fernando, has passed away at the age of 80 years today. Alexander Fernando has acted in around 120 films, including 6 Tamil films and 1 English film. He passed away while undergoing treatment at the National Hospital in Colombo. Special program on Alexander Fernando will be telecast in the Alagamandava program in the national television at 10:10 p.m. tonight. That's all the news we have for you tonight. The national news broadcast will return tomorrow. And until then, a very good night to you all.
Good night.